I believe you are getting the gist of what we are doing right here. So once you have sewn down and turned, you place it following this line. Your guideline should be the line you have right here. You can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we choose 4 inches length because it does not matter what happens inside. Okay, what matters is what happens outside. So here I place my the upper and the down parts. So this is the upper and the down part. So you go to your machine and measure 1 inch. As you are sewing, as you place it on your machine, just run a straight stitch at 1 inch using your tape to show that. So next we want to come over to the next one. Okay, so to the next one on your stitching line. On your stitching line, you will now come again. Remember, this is the line that aligns the 1 inch. So of course you will see your stitching line, but because I'm using paper to demonstrate it, I might not see my stitching line. So but I'm placing it right at 1 inch. Can you see? I'm placing it right on 1 inch. This is 1 inch. Can you see that? So I'll just pretend using this also as mine. So I'll just go on top of my machine and place this right on that, a little to cover the stitching line of the first one, and I'll go ahead and run another 1 inch stitching line. This is it, 1 inch. I'll just go and run another 1 inch. Once that is done, I'll come again, sew this one and turn. I will come over back here. Remember, I still have my 1 inch, okay, of stitching line. I'll also sew this on top of the 1 inch stitching line. So if you are doing that, make sure you are covering, you know, it has to align. You can see what I did here. Your line and this line has to align for accuracy. So I'll also do this. All right, and then I'm using my gum. You know why I'm doing that. So I'll just go ahead and lay at 1 inch. So make sure it's at that 1 inch you are laying. Can you see that? So you can see we already have our basket forming. So we need to do more. We need to do more because on this line now, we had 1, 2, 3. So the third one, I'm going to align the third one. Okay, the third one is going to sit here, the fourth one, the fifth one, sixth one, seventh one. Okay, so the most important thing is you can see what we have right there. You can see the line that we have has to align at that 1 inch. If it's not 1 inch, you'll be having maybe too much or too less. Okay, so since it has been measured at 1 inch, definitely as you're following the 1 inch, it will keep going for you. So I will make more of this right now for you to see how it keeps going, but I believe you got the gist of what we are doing right here. So exactly what I'm doing here, that is what you do on your fabric once you get your fabric. So we are making 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 inches. So I'll just cut on the 3 inches. Okay, I've already cut out the 3 inches. So let me take it again. 3, 3, 3, 3 inches. So if you feel 3 inches is too much, you can do 2.5. When you fold, you will have 1.25. I think that one will not cover your lines too much. So I will just advise you can do so we don't have too much excess covering the lines. Okay, so I believe you got that point. So the next, I'll put it together again. Remember what we are doing, we are going from up to down, from up to down. So now we are on the next line, which is this line. Okay, so on this very line, I still want to lift up. On this very line, I'm going to sew to at 1 inch also. Can you see? So I've covered it again at 1 inch. So you have to actually use your discretion here. So you can see each basket covers each basket and aligns. You keep it your 1 inch to align both here and align both here. The focus is to keep forming that V line at 1 inch. Okay, so I come again after I've laid that. I'll put it together, that is I sew. Okay, you can turn or you cannot turn, you can just run a stitch on it. Okay, because as I'm looking at it, it's not even showing. So can you see what I'm doing? So this one at 1 inch. So make sure you face it at the same direction. So the guide right now, as you have seen, is it has to be forming that V line, and the 1 inch has to be equal. So the 1 inch, you can see once you stitch, in fact you will see, you just follow your stitching line to form the 1 inch. Can you see? So it's even looking more better without the lines we created, but at least the lines we created is a guide. So if you cannot follow the lines accordingly, just keep placing and you have what you want there. Okay, use your creativity. Your creativity is going to guide you on the process. So I'll come again on my stitching line and I make sure I align this. Okay, so it has to align on this for accuracy. So you can see it's uniform as we follow this method. So in fact, this method I'm using is even a better method, I see. So next will be this. Okay, at 1 inch. So this is how you keep sewing. So you come again and you sew this piece which is another color. So that depends on the color you want to use. Okay, so I just come again and you face it again and align it again. I think this is a perfect method for these baskets. Okay, I wanted to follow the lines I made right here, but I noticed this method is easier, okay, and neater and cleaner. Can you see? So I wish to finish it up, so let me get more paper so we can finish what we have and see the result at the end of the day. Okay, so I will measure more 3 inches. Okay, so let me just make 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, and 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches. So this is the 4 inches line I mark and I cut. Alright, so I proceed with my basket design. So I sew together the part that is on fold. I'll face it facing my 1 inch. Remember, it has to align here and align here, so you just shift it on the line and align it like this. Okay, then I come again, I put it together and I bring it and align again. So this creative design can actually be very interesting. So you can see the final part of it. So note that what we are doing, you have to spread open. This part is on fold, remember. So but you have a full of it. What I did is just part of it on fold. When you are creating this design, you need to cut your base fabric on fold first before sewing them. Okay, so just keep following this method, aligning it, and the last one on that line for this part that is half of it, I'm going to also place this way. Can you see? So I'll place this way. Okay, so I make sure it also aligns on this line, still on the 1 inch. So that is how you keep going. So you see, but the basket is at the center line, and in fact, if you keep aligning it and sewing at 1 inch, aligning it, you will have it at the center. So for this one, this starting point, we are supposed to place one before that line. Okay, so but I believe you got the gist of this tutorial, and I'm happy it turned out well, because we have so lots of creative designs nowadays. So you can even create your designs yourself. So for this one, I'm lifting this one up. Okay, we are supposed to have one this way. Okay, sorry, I've messed that one up. So we are supposed to have one that should align first, okay, to cover these parts, because you are not supposed to see the fabric, base fabric at that point. So that means there should be one that should go in first to cover the base fabric. So please make sure you have one covering the base fabric. So that is why I'm lifting up this to cover it. Okay, so this is how that one should run. So you should also run while this one comes into under this, as we have been doing to cover this. Can you see? So that is the first layer you are supposed to lay. That is what I'm trying to explain. So you turn your fabric and you start trimming the neckline. You have finished sewing now. Everything lays flat and nice for you. So you will now turn and trim your neckline. You turn, trim your neckline. So once your neckline is trimmed, so this is the part that should be the center front. Like I said, you have to open it up before you do this. So you can see what we have as our design right now. So I'm just zooming my camera for you to see the beautiful design. So assuming I used a different fabric, you could have seen this design. Okay, assuming I used fabric, you could have seen this design very well. So all you are going to do is to turn this way, add your seam allowance for your lining. You'll be using your lining to sew and turn to give it a neat finishing. while the part that we slashed and spread, after you have slashed and spread, you know this is an off shoulder, you come back and join your off shoulder. Can you see? So by the time you slash and spread, you have a lot of them which you pleat in back and attach your sleeve, and we are good to go. So that is how we come to the end of this tutorial, and I believe this class was helpful to you. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next one. Bye.